When are the reinforcements arriving?
The message has been sent, sir. But it'll take time to assemble everyone.
I need the time now!
What are you yelling at, boss?
Bastet? I thought I told you to stay in the drinkery. How many more times do I have to repeat myself? Newbies are to stay clear of the battlefield.
But I'm here to share the good news!
Go on then.
The other guild leaders have just arrived at the drinkery. They assured me that their people will be ready within the next 3 days.
3 more goddamn days? Does that sound like good news to you?
I mean, bounty hunters usually work in pairs, 3s tops. If you want to organize them like an army, that's going to take more time.
So, they sent some little girl to deliver the conclusion, so that I wouldn't rip them a new one?
I volunteered, actually. They all looked like they were attending their own funeral when deciding who to send, so I said I'd do it.
Shouting at you isn't getting the reinforcements here any quicker.
Don't be upset, boss. I'm sure you can win even with the people you've got now. You don't need reinforcements.
You're underestimating Kingu, while I'm not. Now get back to the drinkery, and give those old asses a whip for me.
Yes, sir!
Boss, what do we do now?
There are options, even when we're outnumbered. Have you learned anything about their combat style?
They came well prepared. They went straight for our weak points and acted as if they knew what we were going for.
Prepared, you say?
Kingu's commanding them after all. That kid's a veteran of schemes. You know it better than us.
And what about their troops?
Most of them are young brats who chose to follow Kingu. I'd say they barely know how to aim. But they work like an unholy machine when they fight. For a second, they were retreating. And the next second, they were all in position firing at us. It was tough.
We fall back.
What did you say? You mean we hand over the station? What about the supplies?
It's only going to get harder for us if we push on like this. They're prepared, with all of the station defenses they got inside. But we're not. Without reinforcements, we'd just be throwing away our lives for nothing.
Why don't we just outflank them and take out their command?
Not a bad idea, on paper. It's just one thing. You guys suck at team fighting, and I'm not a babysitter. Once they go for guerrilla tactics, our split forces won't be able to locate them. Furthermore, the enemy's not fighting us head-on. If we stay, there's gonna be losses one way or the other. So the option is to retreat for now, and let them have the station. Once we're at full strength, I'll come and take it back. But until then, you guys can do me a favor by not biting the dust. The only problem is that the enemy will definitely pursue us as we retreat. Okay, we'll do it in small groups and different directions. Once their forces get scattered, they won't be able to pose much threat. We'll reassemble at the western entrance to the station. I'm going this way. The rest of you choose your own routes. If you worry you're gonna piss yourself escaping alone, then come with me.
We're not babies in diapers. We know when to run for the hills.
What are you all laughing at? This is not a skirmish anymore. It's a full-blown war. There's no shame in running for your life. So get behind me if you want.
I'll follow you, boss. Not because I'm scared, just to take some pressure off you.
Yeah, good. Let's go. The rest of you, listen up. The faster the better. Remember what I said. Small groups only, and don't turn back. That's an order.
Kingu, I have confirmation that the guild reinforcements won't make it by tonight.
Just as I expected. What's the old fart's plan?
The boss said he wants to fall back.
Oh, then he's smarter than I give him credit for. He's gonna fall into my hands otherwise, sooner or later. I assume he also divided his people into smaller groups?
Wow, you know him like the back of your hand, Kingu.
I don't have time for this kind of crap. Answer the question.
Oh, yes, he ordered a staggered retreat. The routes were assigned quickly.
Has he arranged for anyone to cover his ass?
Surprisingly not. He insisted on retreating in small groups, and they all obeyed.
So, it means we won't be able to inflict any kind of meaningful losses. However, do you know which route the old man's taking?
Actually, I volunteered to join his group. Nailed it.
Excellent. Keep him close by.
Got it.
If he's retreating, do we really need to keep on like this? I just don't see why the fighting is necessary. You already know the old man's in cahoots with Korg. All the other guild leaders would support you once you made it public. That would spare all of these deaths.
How can someone so much older than me still be so naive? Have you never wondered why I only told my confidants about it? And specifically instructed them not to breathe a word before we act?
Because...
He's an old fart, true. But he's also a good leader. A leader who has a lot of loyal followers in the guild for all these years. Do you really think they'd believe a word I say if I jump out of nowhere shit-talking about him and Korg? Not to mention, they'll alert him of my plan and we'd end up in direct confrontation. A couple more lies from him would be enough to make me a clown. In other words, the other guild members will only believe it if it's coming from his mouth. And all these deaths you spoke of are the tools to pry it open. Understand now?
yes, I understand.
Others can run as they want. All I need is you, old fart. Squads 1 through 7. No, all teams, convene at that location. Be prepared to carry out my orders. Your only objective? Capture Marduk alive.
Target confirmed. Initiate operation. The enemy is here. Prepare to fire. Clobber them! Can you dodge it? Yeah. Let's turn it into a honeycomb. Yeah. Falcons lure out the enemy. One down. Can you dodge it? Yeah. Ha ha! All units stand by. Act on my airspace control. Let's turn it into a honeycomb. Clobber them! I'm getting excited! Can you dodge it? Yeah. Can you dodge it? Let's turn it into a honeycomb. Die! This is what you get! Let's have some fun! The enemy is here! Prepare to fire! Falcons lure out the enemy! Airspace control! Can you dodge it? Let's turn it into a... Clobber them! This is what you get! I said I'd be fine. Ha ha! Looks like I still know how to fight. Let's turn it into a honeycomb. Can you dodge it? One down! Yeah! Oh! There's an ambush up ahead.
We're in a dead end?
Someone informed on us. The other side's been watching. All units stand by. Act on my signals.
What?
Boss, we and Kingu want an explanation. Our men will be here soon. You're not leaving.
You've pointed your gun at your brothers. Save the talk. The enemy is here. Prepare to fire. Looks like I still know how to fight. Let's have some fun. Falcons lure out the enemy. Taste this. Can you dodge it? Clobber them! Yeah. Die! You commanded well, just like I used to back in the day.
No wonder we couldn't shake them off. The rendezvous point isn't far. We can make it!
No, we can't. Watch out!
We're late. Drop your weapon and surrender, old fart. I'll let everyone else go. I don't want to repeat myself.
You brat.
Boss, call the others!
Don't bother. We've already blocked all comms in the vicinity. Your people will just take it that the situation's out of control. They'll follow your order to the letter and never come back.
What do you want? The guildmaster seat is yours once the boss retires. Is a little patience too much to ask for?
A usurper? Is that what I look like to you? After all this shit? This old fart knows damn well why I've led my people out of the guild.
Well played. You did even better than I expected. But I regret to tell you, son, the game is not over.
Enemies approaching from 10 o'clock!
4 o'clock! Enemy fire!
What the hell's going on?
This is your lesson for the day, son. Don't treat your subordinates like pawns. A conceited man makes for a poor leader.
You piece of...
Yes, you set up some barricades. But do you really think that's going to stop veterans like us? We could tell where your people were heading the moment we caught sight, and that they were coming to surround me.
So what? You ordered them to fall back in small groups.
And you thought they'd continue to obey my orders to the letter, even after they'd learned I'm in danger. Your troops' discipline and your tactics really did catch us off guard. Whereas my men never listen to a word I say. They're a disorganized rabble. It's tough to command them, but on the flip side...
You used yourself as bait! You fooled even your own men!
That's right. My bet was my men would disobey me. That's the nature of bounty hunters, you see. They don't give a damn about tactics, but they are loyal until the end. Not every one of them is a good boy, I gotta say, but I always adapt my tactics accordingly. That's where a brat like you still got a lot to learn.
Shut up! You're still surrounded! Instincts, huh? You think your men can save you? You'll be long gone with me by the time your ragtag gang arrives.
Huh. That's not yours to decide, boy. Whether or not I can last is up to me alone.